no one has nothing. And I think that is every customer that we've engaged with. I've never been on the phone with someone and they said, oh, we don't have anything. They have implemented pieces. I think what we've done is we've defined what good looks like. You know, we have seen where the industry has gone. We've seen what the requirements that are really needed by almost any business, right? And it starts with email. 93% of attacks come from email. So gateway solutions are not working. So you have got to ramp up your security around email. The second aspect of that is 70% of that 93% needs DNS to communicate with command and control session. So we need to have a level of DNS protection now that will allow us to prevent that command and control session. Especially in the world we live in today, DNS is somewhat broken because it's been implemented at the firewall. Well, we're not all inside of our buildings anymore behind that firewall, behind that proxy, right? We're remote. So that DNS defense needs to be distributed. It needs to be out with the client, regardless of where they're at. The third aspect of that is endpoint. The endpoint is a critical component. We've got to have automated AI capabilities, machine learning capabilities on the endpoint so that we can react very quickly when something happens on the endpoint. It's not if, it's when. And then the endpoint really is the gateway to our network. So network security is another key component. And then I keep bringing this person type thing back because people are so important in security today. And you can put all this infrastructure in place, like I said, and people set it and forget it. For us, and you've heard Shaheen say this 100 times, it's like sticking a guard tower up, but you don't put a guard in it. Right. So that human aspect is absolutely important. So what we found as we work with companies is that you may have put pieces in. So one of the things we do at DataEndure is we create an economic roadmap for you, and we create a total cost of ownership. So we can come in and do a security evaluation with you to understand where you are in your security maturity model. Any one of our services can be used as a gap service. So here's the critical point. We're not asking you necessarily to change out, write a new check for what you've done. Right. What we're going to do is evaluate what you have in place and how it's protecting your business, where you have vulnerability and or risk. And then if we have a service that we can gap in order at a smaller dollar figure, because now you're not replacing the whole thing, we can gap into what you have. And then we create an economic roadmap, understanding your contracts, what their expiry dates are. And then we will do technology evaluation with those in comparison to the services that we bring to market, and when an appropriate time might be to switch that tool out, or it may be an important and integral tool to your security model. It may be something that stays in. Right. So with our security operations, and when we implement our SOC as a service or our SIM, we can take telemetry from those tools that you have that are important to your business and provide that 7x24 security operations and management to that tool set.